Hello. My name is Richie, and I was asked to do a deck profile for the list I ran for the set championships in Buffalo at Great Escape Adventure and also at HD Legacy. So I'm just pretty much going to do a quick run through of my matchups, what I lost to, in both tournaments, and then I'll kind of go over the card choices of the deck. So yeah, basically I ran Purpunzel, like Amber, Amethyst, can aggro, can go mid-rangey board control. I'll kind of get into that here in just a few minutes, but first I'll go over the tournament results. So first tournament we went to was the Buffalo Set Championships. I believe there were around 24 people. I could be one off, might have been 23. But I got the win at this one. Pretty challenging set champs, honestly. There were no easy matchups. Just a quick summary of what I played against. I played against 3 Jafar wheels. One of them I lost to. So my overall record in this one was 6-1-1. My one loss being against a Jafar wheel. I played against a Pan Shark. That was my one draw. We just went into time. I think there was like a minute left when we finished game 2. So we just did the draw. And the rest of my wins were, so I have 2 wins against Jafar wheel, 1 win against Blurple, 1 win against Steel Song, and 1 win against DKP Ruby Shark. That was the quarterfinals match, and the finals match was against a more traditional RA, and I got the win there as well. I ran pretty much the same list for both of these, so I won't divide the list. I'll just do both events and what I played against, and then I'll get into the deck profile. So HD Legacy, came in second at this one. Let's see, round 1 I played against a Hyper Aggro, green-yellow, super close both games. She got to 19 both times, and I was able to close it out, so always a stressful matchup. Round 2 I played against DKP Ruby Shark, got the win there. I think game 1 you missed ramp, game 2 I think I drew like a World's Greatest Criminal Mind on this half shark, and yeah, just kind of snowballed from there. Game 3 I played against Zenevi, whose channel this is. Got the win 2-1 there. Sucks we had to play, so there was no IDs at this tournament. They do not allow intentional drawing, so we weren't able to do that, unfortunately. Round 4 was my loss against Pan Shark. That was against the guy that ended up winning it all, so spoiler alert, I lost to that in the finals as well, so that was what I lost to on the day. I think my overall record in this tournament was 6-2. So yeah, round 5, last round of Swiss. I played against like a green-red kind of homebrew. I got the win there. I think he took a game off of me. Then top 8, quarterfinals and semifinals. I played against 2 different purple-steel matchups. The quarterfinals matchup was more of a hyper aggro style, I'd say, closer to like the Speci purple-steel. And then semifinals was more of a dock location John Silver type of build, which was pretty cool. Got the win in both of those, and yeah, lost to Pan Shark in the finals. So overall, pretty good results, pretty fun tournaments. Very happy with how the deck performed. So I'll kind of get into the deck choices. So let's see, about 10 1-drops, 2 Daisy deck for Nala for Diablo. I think the biggest question mark here that I've been asked is why 4 Nala 2 Daisy deck and not the other way around. Well, when I first started testing the deck, the Daisy decks were kind of I felt like were kind of losing me games sometimes. Those were like really where my losses were stemming from. So I always try to reflect on, my losses, what caused them, stuff like that. And it kept coming down to, you know, Daisy Duck. Like I was giving them too many cards. It's not like Steel Song where you can feed them cards and then discard their hand. So lowered the, uninkable count. Got the Nala. They both have the 4 toughness, so both, Rapunzel, food, and yeah, the Nala was actually pretty good in against Steel Song because, slight difference. Like you get 1 off the Daisy Duck, but you couldn't really attack into it to feed their Rapunzel. And obviously they hate to see a 4 willpower creature either way, so couldn't go as aggressive sometimes, but yeah, I think this was fine. Dropped the uninkable count down to 10, so super consistent all around. I will say the biggest difference, and I noticed this along the way, was I'm running 4 Madame M Tiny Adversary, and against Steel Song, I did want that 1 attack power to kind of get over their Cinderella whenever they would, sing a song, because they almost have to sing, like Let the Storm Rage On or something just to keep their engine going, regardless of what you have on the field. So I wasn't able to punish them with Nala where I would have with Daisy Duck. And also in my 2 losses against Pan Shark, I feel like there were definitely points where I wanted to go more aggressive, and I couldn't put enough lore pressure on them, with Nala over Daisy Duck. So I don't think, there's a wrong combination of these. If you want to go 3 and 3 or flip them 4 and 2, I think that's fine as well. But yeah. So onto the 2 drops. 4 Lilo Escape Artist for Madame M Tiny Adversary. The Lilo single-handedly won me the finals match in Buffalo against RA. Like anything that's red, B preps, especially pairing this with Library, it's just too hard to deal with. Like DKP, Ruby Shark, unless they rush with, Vitalisphere, Half Shark, can't really punish this. And this deck handles Half Shark pretty well. So the Madame M Tiny Adversary was pretty much the MVP of the Buffalo tournament by far. Like this card just overperformed in every matchup, just giving you just the perfect attack power. Like it gives Peter Pan 3/3, it gives Iago 5, Genie 3/4. It gives everything just the perfect amount of stats to win you a lot of battles you wouldn't otherwise win. So there's too many examples to kind of go over with that card. Just if you decide to test this deck, you'll see that this card just puts everything in perfect position. Yeah, again, MVP of that tournament. So 4 Crab, 4 Peter Pan, got the Peter Pan Iago package. Just paired with Rapunzel, Iago is insane. Like, Rapunzel in this deck is, in my opinion, way better than in Steel Song. Like, just, you can play around it in Steel Song, and in this you have things like Elsa, like Iago, Genie that, usually have Rush, and yeah, it's just way too hard to play around. So you always have a Rapunzel target. You're always getting value off this card. So you try to play around it, and you just don't put yourself in a good position. So I think Rapunzel in this deck is just bonkers overall. So yeah, 4 Rapunzel, 4 Genie, pretty standard. 4 Elsa, 3 Belle Accomplished Mystic. Again, kind of the same logic as Rapunzel with Belle, having these 2 cards that kind of feed off of your high willpower creatures, kind of forcing the challenges, Elsa's, Iago, stuff like that. So you have the 3 Library, which, again, just another piece to kind of bait them into attacking, forcing them into, dealing with your locations. obviously you don't want me moving all my creatures in the library and getting value off of it, so gaining lore. So kind of manipulates that board state into your favor. We've got 4 Bare Necessities. This is the card that kind of made me play this deck. Like the initial Amber Amethyst list I was playing, right when Hiram got banned, wasn't playing Bare Necessities, and I felt like that Steel Song matchup was too hard. In my opinion, right now, if you can't beat Steel Song, you shouldn't be playing the deck you're playing. Like, that's just the deck to beat right now. Your deck has to do well against that deck. So, Bare Necessities being able to hit their wheel was just kind of like, wait, this list is insane. You know what I mean? This card is the exact tool to put this list over the top and, in my opinion, push it to S tier or close to S tier. So, yeah, Bare Necessities, hitting Steel Song Wheel, hitting, B preps when you didn't have libraries or want your board cleared, hits locations, yeah, insane card. World's Greatest Criminal Mind, pretty much to deal with Half Shark, you have to respect the Half Shark, and this card is specifically for that. 4 Friends, 4 Friends, 3 libraries, you find yourself in a staring contest a lot of the time with Peter Pans, you're not wanting to exert them if they're running evasives, or, say against Pan Shark, they don't want to exert theirs, and you guys just have a board state where you're not really challenging or questing or anything, just play Friends and get value. So I did skip over 1 card, so I only run 2 Madam Imp Fox in this. Just 4 Peter Pan, 4 Fox felt way too clunky. I feel like 2 is a good number. You don't have a ton of good bounce targets in here anyway. I mean, obviously Rapunzel, Belle, I guess Elsa, but you don't really want, too negative of a tempo in this list, I feel like. So, yeah, overall, that's the list. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions about the list or gameplay, anything like that, feel free to drop those in the comments, and yeah, hopefully I'll get to do another deck profile in the future. Peace.